Andy Burnham has won the Makerfield by-election. Just hours ago he wasn't an MP, but now he's back in Westminster, and suddenly one question is dominating British politics. Could Andy Burnham become Prime Minister? It sounds extraordinary, but under Britain's political system, it's not nearly as far-fetched as many people think. Burnham's victory does more than just give Labour another seat in Parliament. It gives one of the party's most recognisable figures a direct route back into national politics. For years, he's built a reputation as Mayor of Greater Manchester, often positioning himself as an independent voice within Labour. But now, with speculation continuing about Keir Starmer's leadership, Burnham's return to Westminster changes the political landscape overnight. The question is no longer whether he can return to Parliament. The question is what happens next. Most people assume that becoming Prime Minister requires winning a general election. It doesn't. Britain does not directly elect Prime Ministers. We elect MPs. The Prime Minister is simply the person who can command a majority in the House of Commons. That means if Labour MPs decide they want a different leader and Andy Burnham ultimately becomes leader of the Labour Party, he could become Prime Minister without a single member of the public casting another vote. Constitutionally, that's entirely possible, and it has happened before, many times in the last 15 years. So how quickly could it happen? There are now 3 realistic scenarios. Scenario 1, the fastest route. If Sir Keir Starmer were to step aside and no serious challenger emerged, Burnham could theoretically become Prime Minister within days. To become Labour leader, he would simply need to secure nominations from at least 81 Labour MPs and gain backing from constituency Labour parties or affiliated organisations. But if the party rapidly united behind him, the process could move remarkably quickly. In political terms, this could be the express lane to number 10. Scenario 2. An orderly transition. If Starmer delayed his departure and Labour's leadership worked to avoid a damaging internal battle, Burnham could spend several weeks building support for a formal transition. This would give the party time to prepare for a leadership race while presenting a more stable image to the public. Under this scenario, Burnham could potentially be in Downing Street within weeks rather than days. Scenario 3. A full leadership contest. The slowest route would be a contested leadership election. If multiple candidates entered the race, Labour would need to go through its full leadership process. Historically, those contests have taken anywhere from around 13 to 18 weeks. That would mean months of campaigning, member voting and internal debate before a new leader could emerge. Burnham would still be a major contender, but the journey would become significantly longer and far less predictable. The important thing to understand is this. Winning Makerfield does not make Andy Burnham Prime Minister. It doesn't even make him Labour leader. But it removes the single biggest obstacle that stood in his way. He's back in Parliament. He is back at Westminster. And for the first time in years, discussions about who might eventually succeed Keir Starmer are no longer hypothetical. The battle for Makerfield is over. The battle for the future direction of Labour may only just be beginning. And depending on how events unfold, Andy Burnham could be days, weeks or months away from a genuine shot at number 10. But perhaps the most important day isn't today's by-election. It could be the Labour Party conference in Liverpool on the 27th of September. If a leadership contest began now and followed the shortest historical timetable, Andy Burnham could walk onto the conference stage as Labour leader and potentially as Prime Minister. If the contest drags on, Labour could arrive at its biggest political event of the year, still fighting over who should lead the party. And that may ultimately tell us more about Labour's future than the result in Makerfield itself. So, what do you think? Is Andy Burnham Labour's best hope for the future, or would replacing Keir Starmer simply create a different set of problems? I'm John and I'm a Liberal Democrat. We'll see you in the next one.